And so now, so we're going, coming from the military, and what did you do, right after that? You know,
Right after I left the military?
yes, pay bills.
Huh? No. The film industry?
Oh, so you right, right, you right. It's okay. All right, that's good. Good segue. Good segue. Thank you for that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, yes, because I want to know, like, how did you get in the film industry? Because I know sometimes it's not always, when it comes to the film industry, it's always, it's up and down. So I was wondering, in between, would you have any odd job in between jobs?
Well, let
Because
me
you actually still
backtrack
have
a little
health
bit.
benefits. You
I
still,
became an author while I was in the military.
oh, you did. Okay,
I was an author when I was military. It was an outlet to, because the military is crazy. So I use it as an outlet, to not think about some of the things that were happening in the
of course,
military.
of course.
And then I became a book publisher myself, where I had those other,
So you self-publish.
yeah, but I self-published 50 other authors as well. So
Oh, you really?
yes, I said I was the book publisher. So
Oh, okay. All right. So can you tell me?
I
Okay,
owned the company first before
okay.
the
Thank you for
film.
that. Another segue, Omega. Thank you. So you just giving it to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you just helping me for the flow. We flowing so well here because I really need to know. Like, okay, so okay, you started writing in the military. Can you tell me what was that first book you worked on? What was the name of the book?
Passion Playmates. It was
Passion
completely
Playmate.
opposite of what I was doing in the military.
Oh, got you. And so how did it become you? Because I know sometimes you don't want to deal with the middleman when it comes to publishing because you know how grimy that can be. So what made you decide to say, you know what? Not only am I going to start writing, I want to do this on my own and I want to do it for others.
My first book was traditionally published, but since I wasn't a known name, I had to do a lot of the work. And so
Yes,
since I was doing all the work anyway and figuring out how things went, I was married at the time. My mother-in-law, she also had a book. And since I had my book published, she wanted me to publish hers. And it was like, okay, well, let me figure this out. Put the nerd hat on.
yeah. How did you figure it out? Like, how did that?
I
What
just
the publishing
researched
process?
everything on the internet. I just researched it and figured it out.
Wow, just like
And
that.
yeah, like I figured it out through research. And hey, lo and behold, 50 other authors came behind, and I
Mm.
continued publishing my own through that as well. Became a best-selling author. Yeah. So
So can you give us some
good
cliff
time.
notes of what you learned about as far as the publishing side? Right, go from starting the writing process into the publishing process. Just give us a little bit of cliff notes of how that process works. Just can you do that?
It was right when ebooks were becoming a thing.
Got you.
So I
Mhm.
took that on first. It was before, let me say, this is when it was very small unknown. It was funny because I literally had in the military, we were going through the system of stop being paper to paperless. So to me, it was the same process. Um, I don't know how to explain it.
I know it's hard to. I know, right? That's why I said if you're able to kind of like give a little bit of bullet points, kind of just give like a broad idea if you can, because I know it's hard. I understand. I
Yeah,
just
I
because
mean,
I've always because
I
I'm fascinated
don't
by
know.
it.
I don't know because I used to create documents on steps on how to do it.
Right,
That
right.
like now because you're talking about 2029 and we're in I mean
Right, it was
2009.
like 19, no, no,
Yeah,
1999. Oh,
yeah,
okay. And
2009.
and
Yeah, and
9.
I'm so far removed from that process. Like I can't even think of yeah. Even though I'm publishing books today, I mean, get a book, edited format is because I already write in this style that it needs to be. But with me helping other writers, I would give them the template that they needed to follow to make their corrections and stuff like that. Like I would
Got
give them
you.
a guide to work with to make it through. But one of the biggest things that I learned of being a publisher, everybody is not going to want it like you want it. And I started flourishing when I started cutting all those authors out because I was going to all the book signings, all the festivals, and I'm bringing all these books along, and I'm promoting their stuff, I'm promoting my stuff. And then it was like, it can just be me and I could just start writing up under different names. So that's why I have so many pen names.
No wonder. So it's like that RK. Is that you? RK.
RK Watts, Rebecca K. Watts,
Yeah,
Joanna
yeah.
Hayes. Cynthia D. Bates, a bunch of other names. I started writing up under all these different names because those people weren't doing what it was. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep on pushing y'all when I could push myself under these different categories and have all these different genres for myself. And like, that's what I learned. Like, people, they wouldn't even show up to book festivals when I'm paying for everything. I'm like, I'm paying for everything and you're not even going to show up. So it was like that. Those are the lessons that I learned. And that's some of the lessons that I learned, you know, with filmmakers. A lot of people talk, but they don't want to do the work. They want somebody else to do the work for them. People come to me every day. Hey, I got this idea. And I'm like, okay, it's an idea. That's nice. You have an idea.
Right.
I
Present,
can't do nothing
okay.
with an idea.
Right.
And I'm not
Exactly.
going to
We
do
will
the
do
work.
it.
If you being successful is contingent on me doing the work, good luck, because it's not happening.
Got you. And I'm glad you're able to establish those boundaries. You have to know, what your intentions are and just stand 10 toes down in it. So yes, I love that. Yeah. So because because you seem like, you always been that no nonsense type, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, this is how we're gonna this is how it's gonna work, and you execute. You have this, that's what I mean, I just see that you just have this way of executing, and it's just so, yeah, I love it. Yeah.
My
It's
brother
so
Robert
inspiring.
would say,
Yes.
as my oldest brother
Yeah.
Robert would say, you don't listen to nobody and don't ever stop.
Yes, stay in your lane, Omegia, stay in your lane. That's right.
Whatever lane I choose to be in is my lane.
Got you. And so you went from writing the books, you're publishing, and then how did it transition from that into film? Did you make one of your books into film at first? Did it start
That's
from
what I
there?
started. I intentionally started writing books that I knew that I wanted to be scripts first. I didn't know I was going to be a director. I didn't know any of that. I just knew I'm going to start writing these books that I'm going to flip over to scripts. My intention was to sell scripts. That's what I thought I was going to do. But as soon as I stepped on a film set, I said, this is what I'm going to do.
And, oh, yeah, okay. And piggyback off of that, because you just, you just lit up when you just said that just now. Because the passion, because you had the passion from the beginning, because we already went there, as a child, you was, writing scripts from under the table. So you was doing plays already. So, we get that part. But Omegia, I'm wanting to know, when you started doing film and once you got into that space, what color did you start to see? What color did you see?
I didn't see any colors. I always see all colors. So in 2013, when I stepped on the, it was the fall of late fall, almost before they took their break, late fall going into winter. It was a new show coming about. It was a spinoff of the Vampire Diaries. It was the originals. They needed some extras as witches, and I showed up. Somebody as a stand-in didn't show up, and they needed a Black person to do it. I got selected. So that from then on, I was really behind the scenes and got to see all the progress. So me and my little red notebook that I had with me, notes, 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 all things filmmaking, plus writing other scripts and things at the same time in between. But that's where it started. But it was just the organization of it. It wasn't about being on camera ever. It was about the machine behind it.
Yes. And that's what I mean though when I say what color did you see? I know like I have, it's like a kind of a deep, what I mean by that is when you get into that space. I mean, and it even goes not just for the filmmaking alone, but the writing as well. When you like it just, there's little things like putting a pen to paper and your thought process behind you having the desire, having an idea, and
I
just
get what you're saying, but I have
manifestation.
a gift
That's what I
that I
meant.
actually do see color. So that's why I said
You
I'm
do it.
always seeing
See
color. So
color. Okay.
I am a
All right.
gifted, that's a whole other
Mhm. Mhm.
thing to talk about. But yeah, I have that little gift and I see colors all the time. So it means two different things for us.
Yes,
So
yes. Yeah, that's what, just make sure that, yeah, because that's what I came from. I just always wanted to kind of get a feel when I speak to other filmmakers. I want to kind of get the idea of where it all comes from and how it's manifested. Because everyone's manifestation process is not the same. So that's why I wanted to kind of dig that from you, kind of pick your brain about that. But let me I just want to know, like, I want to get more into the day in the life of how you get the process started. So can you walk me through this?
Built for this pressure. I don't
Yeah, I don't, yeah, I don't want you two to piss me off, so I want to play the music, but just kind of like where does your mind go? Where's your mind take you when you kind of get into this space right here?
Oh, shoot, it starts way before that, the planning and the organization of getting to that, um, having working through the budget, like, with the script, I break it down to know, like, what the budget is gonna be first, how many locations we're gonna need, getting that together, knowing what equipment we need because I'm a studio, so I have all the equipment,
Okay,
that we use, most of the times, my DP that I have, he has equipment too, but for the most part, I have it. If you don't have it, I have it, is one of those type thing. But the organization, the machine behind it is, but it's like, it got me over here
it's a
grinning.
yeah, again,
But
it's like
yes,
yeah, because you're
I
like
want
a
to say
monster with it. Yeah,
this is her secret obsession that we were just filming last month. So, getting the schedule, getting the crew together, the cast, that bunch of emails flying around the locations, getting everybody on task, on schedule. But I've been doing this for a while, so it's a machine already built behind it. So they know, like, they knew before I said, "Hey, let's go," that we were already going because I have a film slate and I'm like a couple of films ahead already. So they already have these dates throughout the year to know what's happening. But now the team takes on a lot of they know their jobs and they take on those things. For example, like my wardrobe department, they already know, they break down their stuff to know what outfits go with what scenes. Makeup knows what the hair, what the look is per scene, and all of this, that stuff. Like, I don't know, it's like
Mhm.
trying to break
Yeah,
down filmmaking. It's like, but
yeah.
also it's the business
It's
side
a
of it,
whole
making
beast.
sure
Yeah,
it's the business side. And a lot of people think it's like,
yeah.
oh, we just show up and we shoot. No, I plan out every single scene by hour of the day that we're going to shoot. I know a lot of people, they pass it off to the AD team, but I have to do it for myself because I'm actually on one of the cameras. So I have to physically know how long is it going to take me. I can't put that on somebody else to know how long it's going to take me to get something done because I'm realistic, because I'm also working and we're not going over the budget of having to pay extra for this location. Um, Stuff like that. So I have a million things going through my head when it's the
Of course,
preparation for
it's so
getting on
much.
set and making it
And
happen.
so that was behind the scenes of Her Secret Deception. That was the movie. That
Her
is
secret
that
obsession. Yeah.
is that streaming now?
No, we just started filming last
Oh, you
month.
just started filming. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have an idea when it's gonna air, or you're not?
No, we have another portion of that to film because that's a vertical thing. So it's a longer project. So yeah, that one's not to
Okay.
December. Right now we have the premiere for Rogue this month, and Rogue will be releasing around that same time, you know.
Okay, got
So,
you.
but Rogue we filmed in February. So typically we filmed in February. It releases between 3 to 4 months later. That's typical turnaround because I have to also edit and then get it
Yes.
out for distribution and everything like that. And I do edit my own films.
Wow. Ooh. Whole nother beast. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, shout out to you. Yeah, so now, I forgot to even mention, the clip that y'all saw, you guys, in the beginning, that was called Unthinkable, South LA Nightmare. I forgot to mention that, by the way. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so,
that's
please make
okay.
sure you check that out. I wanted to make sure that I played that out
Well,
there, and I only
the South LA Nightmare is not out yet. It is
Mhm.
that'll be out July.
July,
July or
okay.
August. Yeah, that's something that's out for distribution. But the other part, the Unthinkable, Lonnie Frank, the Grim Sleeper, that one's out there. Unthinkable is an ongoing anthology, but they're all standalone segments covering
Gotcha.
different serial killers. If you know the other side of me, to anybody else that's listening, I used to have a true crime podcast.
Mm,
And I used to do that as well in between filmmaking. So I turned those stories into full out research. I already did the research, honestly, from the podcast, but putting it on
right,
film,
got you,
filming it,
yeah,
which, in a couple of days, we're back on set filming segments for the next two installments.
whew. Yeah, all right. Rock on,
Told
put
you,
your
baby,
gas
that don't
up.
stop.
Yeah, I see. I see. I'm like, you are just like I said, a whole well-oiled machine.
I told
So I
you
just
I am,
that's
I
amazing.
have a studio, so it's not the same as just having a production or being a filmmaker.
Right,
You
right.
have consistent projects coming and going.
And so let me ask you this because I know you do everything on your own. So do you have any type of like sponsorships or any financial support when you're doing these projects?
No, one film funds the other.
Got you.
That's where I am.
All right.
It took a while
Mhm.
to get there, but I when I first got into filmmaking, it was the books that funded the films. And
Yes, yes.
I wasn't afraid to get out there in Uber. I
Mhm.
went back into corporate America.
Ah, I
Lord
can
Jesus.
imagine. I can imagine.
I went back into the HR side of things, and well,
I know you felt
the
like,
pay is great, but it
yeah,
was draining the life up out of me. But
yes.
I was balancing it well though, but I'm thankful to be away.
Right. I
And
know, but
yeah.
you still have to pay some bills. You still have to pay some bills in between because, like I said before, sometimes it kind of fluctuates sometimes. So you had to,
Yeah, it
yeah.
does, but I have a husband,
Okay.
so there's that.
Oh,
And he
okay.
does. So,
Yep.
yeah,
No, duly noted. Okay, I
yeah,
totally get it. So yeah.
yeah.
So speaking of that, how was your work life balance? Though, when you have to manage family life and professional.
Well, when I got with my husband, when we got together 10 years ago, those were one of the things that he knew up front. Like some of our first dates were on film sets. Like
Really?
I was working on a film set, like I was doing set design on one film set, and I just had him meet me up there one day. Like the people were actually filming in my house, and I was actually doing the set design for them there. And it was just like, okay, well, you about to learn this side of me. If you're gonna be with me, you're gonna learn this
Right.
side of me.
Welcome to my world. You
Yeah.
gotta.
And I just made sure that all of that was known like up front. This is who I am. I'm not dimming my light for you or for anyone else. I was single, I had been married before, and then I was single for 6 years prior to us being together. Like I didn't look, this is what it is. And thankfully I just have that type of person that like he loves this side of me. He loves it, and he doesn't mind. He know that, if I'm up in this office and he's off work, he's cooking food and making sure I'm eating, because
Oh,
sometimes when I get
yes,
into the zone, like I know how to cook
yes,
and then
yes.
do all of that.
Mhm.
But when I'm in the zone, especially like if I'm editing or we're in the middle of filming and I'm trying to get the schedules and everything together, he'll slide in, give me a kiss on the cheek, give me some food.
Oh, yes. I
Yeah, no,
love
my
that.
husband is amazing when it comes to that. I mean, and a lot of people, a lot of people can't handle that because in this industry, I'm around
Yes.
a lot of men. My my producer Tobias and my first AD. We are spending a lot of time together making things work. We're on calls on or online trying to work and make things happen, or me with anybody else on the team. So, but my husband, he knows
Yeah, because
it's
he's securing himself and in his marriage, he
yeah,
knows.
he's very,
Yeah.
and he's part of it. He's very supportive. Oh, you did ask about the support system. He has, he is a silent producer, as well. Like if I need anything extra, he's like, don't worry about it, I got it. So
Nice.
he
I
does
love
he
it.
does come in the clutch.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes,
because
and it's what
sometimes
it is.
with films, like we'll even say like for Donors. Donors was filmed in 2024. It wasn't released until um 2025 on the big streamers until July. And so that's still going through the cycle. So sometimes it takes so long to be paid out from films, which is why I have moved into the zone of like we're not doing one film and then we're waiting. Even though I filmed last year, I did start Unthinkable and we did do Donors After Dark after. So those were other projects, but they were not feature films and things like that. So now it is, I've closed the gap. I've gotten to the point where I could close the gap where I don't have to wait for all the film money to come back from off of one project in order for us to move forward, because I finally caught up to where it's coming
It's coming
consistently.
right,
And
right back to
yeah,
back.
so I can go, yeah, I'm trying to do 4 to 5 projects a year.
Ooh. Go ahead, Miss Tyler Perry. All right
You
now.
damn
Wait,
right. You
no.
damn right. Look, I worked on enough of these sets to learn. Yes.
Yeah. And so now we talk about work-life balance, and you mentioned that your son is doing well. Like what is he into?
I have 3 sons now.
Three sons.
They're
Oh,
all
okay.
grown. They're grown. So they're into their lives. That's what they're into. They're grown, living their lives.
They're doing their own thing.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes. My
gotcha.
youngest is in college. My oldest son, he's in Indiana. He's working at a good company, but he's also creative. He's finding his creative journey right now as well. He shares some of the stories that he writes. He's very creative.
Nice.
I can't wait to help him tell some of his science fiction. Like, I'm so excited once we get to that point, but he has to finish it in order for me to do it. So,
Right.
but that's one of the
You have to come with something. Yeah.
you have to come with it. So yeah, and he's helped. Like all of my sons have helped on the film sets at one point or another. But my youngest has helped on it more than the others because he's had an eye since he was like 10. Because he helped on the documentary from Jim to James Crow 10 years. No, yeah, it was in 2017. Yeah, when I did that, and he helped me interview some people, and he helped on the camera. Yeah.
Nice.
And that was just because he was sitting there watching. He was like, "Can I do it?" Yep, you absolutely can.
Yes, let's make it a family affair. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
the
let me
oldest one, he's great on camera too. Yeah.
he's great on camera. Okay. Yeah. Did they ever aspire to be in the field that you're in?
And that's what I'm saying. My oldest one, he was in the military.
There's one thing to be in it now. No, the reason I'm asking that question, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No, the reason why I asked that question because it's one thing to, kind of be in it because as a support system for you, but do they want to do it for themselves? It's a whole nother.
No, that's what I'm saying. Thing. My oldest son, he is, he's still working a job, but he wants to do it and wants to help. He wants to. Yes.
Okay, that's what I was. Okay.
Whatever he just haven't taken the big leap yet. But no, my youngest son, he's like, I'll work with you when I'm there, but he'd be like, them days are so long. But no, he's in college and he's into being a game system design. So yeah. And the middle one, he's in the Army now. So
okay. So okay, and so in your footsteps there. Okay. What's his rank now?
He's a specialist now.
E4. Okay, got you. So let me get more. I want to learn more about your about face media. How did it all start out, and just kind of give us like a rundown of
about face
going on here.
Yes, about face media, of course. About face military. Yeah. That is me in a nutshell. It started with my web series, which was Donors, back in 2015. We created the web series. I didn't plan on it being a whole company at the time, but I just wanted to tell the web series of Donors. It was the backstory of the actual Donors books that I wrote. Just made it up. This is not the web series. This is the actual true series, not the web series. Yeah, that's the new stuff right there. So yeah, completely different, but all part of the stuff. No, it started back in 2015 when I was interviewing directors to film it, and I realized in interviewing those people to be directors that number one, I knew way more than they did. And when they got to being snarky and asking me what are my credentials, I'm like, baby, yes, you said it. They said it to the wrong person. I was like, I can show you better than I can tell you. The whole company was built, and I never stopped.
All right. I mean, that's I said that you ain't say nothing but a word. You ain't say nothing. Say less. All right. I'll let you know my credentials are. I'll let you know what I'm working with. So, how did this come about, Omegia? How does this come about? This company here, like
it came about literally from me being challenged that I couldn't do this, like that I would never get this done, that me being a woman, a Black woman, that this isn't going to happen. That's how it came about. And I said, okay, watch
Don't believe me, just watch.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you just basically open the door for yourself. Yeah. Right, because you open the door for yourself. Yes.
Yeah. And I was literally looking to hire someone. I was looking to hire a team. And he acted a fool. And then once we got on, I didn't hire him. I ended up directing myself. But then when we got on set, I had a DP that showed up 3 hours late. And once he got there, he was like, "Oh, okay, we can get started, sir. We're wrapping this location. What are you talking about?" He was like, "What do you mean you're wrapping?" I was like, "Sir, did you
Like,
think I had this camera for
right. I
play?"
mean, did you remember what time it was be there? You know?
Yeah, but did you think I own this camera for play? Because I had a
Right,
camera.
right.
So I already got everything I needed. So people failing me elevated me.